performer, there's no doubt about that. He's probably slowing down a little bit in the field, but he's contributed a few late order runs as well. He's a good hitter at the end, which is what I've sort of seen from him at the last couple of years. But look, his skills as a right arm off spinner are probably still the best of anyone in the world.
Now he asks, Harbhajan Singh!
But Harbhajan's got all the tricks, you know. When he's bowling at his absolute best, the way he releases the ball is just perfect. I mean, you can see the seam of the ball comes out perfectly. He gets good drift on the ball when he's bowling his off spinner, turns it enough, and he's obviously got the toppy and the doojra, which that one squared that batsman up the other night and knocked his off stump out.
The legendary offie.
To be fair, I don't think he does. I think that's what the great spinners, they have the ability to sum up situations and conditions and batsmen, and they know batsmen's strengths and weaknesses inside out. So I don't think he changes up things too much. Probably doesn't look to drift the ball, if anything, as much in T20 cricket. Probably looks to be a little bit straighter and not give the stumps away. As soon as you start looking to drift the ball to right-handed batsmen, you sort of drift out into where their strike zone is, and it lets them free their arms, and they can drag the ball a lot more to the leg sides. You know, an off spinner that can bowl a doojra, it's just a completely different game. You know, for a batsman, you just don't want to leave your crease. You know that if you run down and it's going the other way, that you could look like an absolute goose. So that's skillful bowling and the longevity that he's had in the game has been the other great factor to his career, I guess. There was all this talk about this young Harbhajan and all the spinners that India were going to play against us, and we played him in a tour game, and we absolutely belted all their spinners. I remember saying to Stephen after that, look, if we worry about these guys, mate, we've got nothing to worry about here. And then, sure enough, I think I got 17 runs in 3 tests, and Harbhajan got nearly 40 wickets in 3 tests, I think. It was just an amazing series. Confidence, got off to a good start. Probably knew that there was a few chinks in some of our armour as Australian batsmen in those conditions as well. They were spinning pitches, but interestingly enough, the only two that really got hold of him were our left-handers. Hayden and Gilchrist were really the only ones that got after him. And you would think for the left-handers facing the ball that was spinning and bouncing that much away from them would be most difficult, but they found a way, and most of the rest of us couldn't. There was a few guys in that squad at Mumbai when I took over that I knew that I had to get to straight away and sort of lay down to them the way that I was going to coach the team, the way that I was going to treat them, the way that I expected them to treat me and the rest of the group. Harbhajan was probably the first guy that I went to be fair. And look, as much as there was always great animosity between us on the field, as soon as the game was over, we always shook hands and got on with it, and we probably both couldn't wait for the next contest, the next battle that we had. I mean, right through our careers, there were certainly moments like that 2001 series where he had the better of me for sure, but there are other times, back-to-back double hundreds here. I got a good piece of him in that World Cup final. We just had great battles, right through our careers.
Ponting's gone for him, and that's a big one. That's a massive hit, good use of the feet.
I also made sure that he looked at himself as being a leader of the team. He's one of the most experienced guys. I wanted him to be the first guy on the training track. I wanted to make sure he had his batting gear ready to go, like little things like that where it really showed that he was going to stand up and be one of the leaders. So I knew if I made him a slightly better player, then what Mumbai was capable of with him playing well, I thought was pretty important.